And now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our Tiger cheerleaders as they perform a dance. Ladies and gentlemen, during halftime, immediately following the throw team's performance, Security Day will be hosting a shooting contest with one participant. We'll put 30 seconds on the clock, and the participant will start with a layup that is worth $25. Once the layup is made, the winner will move on and try for a free throw that's worth $50. If the free throw is made, the winner next goes to the top of the key for a shot that's worth $75. And if that is made, the winner then goes for a half-court shot that's worth $100. If all four shots are made, the winner will take home a total of $250. Compliments of Security Bank's of last
Close your eyes. Can you hear it? It's the sound of the game. The game we all know and love. A sport to be reckoned with. A team like no other. A true Close your eyes. Can you hear it? It's the sound of the game. The game we all know and love. A sport to be reckoned with. A team like no other. A true demonstration of talent. This is Waynesville basketball. You won't want to miss a play.
Got it from the ring.
Such as these help teach life values to the young participants. Keeping that in mind, we ask that you continue a proud Missouri tradition and display good sportsmanship throughout the contest. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please rise as the Waynesville JROTC Armed Color Guard marches onto the floor. This team competes throughout the entire year at multiple drill competitions and performs at various local and regional events. Performing as the color guard commander is Cadet Kelsey Lincoln. Carrying the Missouri state colors is Cadet Celeste Montijo. Performing as the left guard is Cadet Peter Overwater. And performing as the right guard is Cadet Austin Campbell-John. Please remove your headgear and place your right hand over your heart for the playing of the national anthem.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Waynesville Tiger basketball as the Tigers take on conference foe tonight, the West Plains Zizzers. I'm Mike Rawlings. Along with me tonight is Matt Johnson. Matt, Waynesville Tigers pack the house night. Rick honoring head football coach or former head football coach Rick Vernon on 33 years of service here to the Waynesville School District. Huge crowd here tonight at the high school.
Absolutely. It was good to see Rick get honored before the game. Different civic organizations presenting him with awards. Mayor Luge Hardman, city council members were here. Just tremendous support tonight for a man who's given his life literally to this school in this town. Just couldn't be more fitting to see a man like Rick Vernon honored here. But we got a basketball game to get to now.
Yes, we do. West Plains Zizzers, you're seeing their starting lineup announced right now. They're coming in tonight with a record of 11-10. They're 3-3 in the Ozark Conference. It's a team that early in the season played some really good basketball.
Well, and go ahead, Mike. I'm sorry.
Tigers come in tonight with an 18-4 record, ranked number 7 in the entire state of Missouri in Class 5. They're 5-0 in conference, looking to extend that conference record to 6-0 tonight.
Well, you mentioned the West Plains Zizzers, a team that looked good early in the season, a very young team. Only one senior on the team, starting number 44 down there tonight, but a young team that could definitely be getting better here the next few years.
You're going to see that starting lineup for your Tigers right now. Rashad Swanson, he's a senior. Next one up is junior Reggie Walker. Next up's going to be another junior. That's the point guard, Joe Johnson. Senior forward, and the man in the middle, it's Juwan Morgan. Junior forward, Cedric Williams. And that's your starting lineup for your Waynesville Tigers tonight. I know Matt, boys traveled over to Camden on Tuesday night, didn't put on their best performance of the year. Were able to walk out of Lakerland with a victory. These guys are focused tonight. They want to come out, put together a really solid game against this West Plains Zizzer team.
Well, absolutely. A close game. Waynesville trailing for a lot of the game the other night. Takes the lead there towards the end and finishes it off. Would expect the Tigers to come out quick, maybe try and jump on them early and put West Plains out of this game early. So you see Juwan Morgan going to go meet in the middle for the tip. And we're up and we're underway. West Plains comes out of there with the tip.
Juwan trying to tip it back. West Plains Zizzers able to steal that tip away from the Tigers.
Shot goes up from the outside. That's good. Number 44, Justin Davis. He's the only senior on the floor for West Plains.
Davis also the guy that came up with the steal off that tip. West Plains comes out, a little matchup zone. Cedric Williams from the baseline, going to come up a little short. That ball is going to go out of bounds off the Zizzers. Tigers going to keep possession underneath their own board.
Christian Robbins right there. The Zizzer gets his hand on the ball, but standing on the edge of that out of bounds line, so the ball stay with Waynesville. Reggie will inbound underneath. Swings it out. Joe gives back to Reggie. Looks inside, not there. Tigers set it up top. Joe, a little drive, thinks about a shot, passes it back out to Cedric Williams. Rashad Swanson.
He drains the three, ties this thing up. West Plains with a little give and go. They get it in underneath. Shot's going to be missed, but they get the rebound.
Kicks it back out, another three. Number 44, Justin Davis, 2 for 2 on the threes here early in the game.
Davis seems to be spotting up behind that three-point line, Matt. And the Zizzers are looking for him.
Tigers work the ball around in the front court. Feeds in. Juwan Morgan's going to take it
right
down.
to the hoop and in.
If they're going to leave that lane open, let Juwan drive. It could be a lot of points right there.
Tigers be able to pull that matchup zone out. It's going to open that middle up for Juwan.
Three ball won't go that time. Tigers come out. They have it. Swing it over. Joe Johnson deep from the corner won't go. Rebound comes to West Plains.
Zizzers go end to end.
Chase Riley takes that one coast to coast for the Zizzers. The Zizzers take a 3-point lead here in the early going. 5.5 left to play, first quarter action. Rashad Swanson for three.
And Rashad's 2 for 2 from the 3-point line.
Ties the game up at 8. Three ball off the front of the rim that time, but rebounded by West Plains. Ball's loose on the floor on the inside. Juwan Morgan comes out of there with the steal. Tigers swinging the ball quickly. Three ball won't go that time, but tip back out. Joe Johnson corrals it. Feeds inside. Juwan, a little turnaround jumper won't go. Cedric Williams underneath with the rebound. He puts back the little jump hook. It won't go.
We're going to get a foul on Rashad. That basket's going to be good.
Chase Riley's going to pick up the basket there. Going to go to the line, try and shoot the free throw.
4:27 left here in the opening quarter. We want to welcome all our viewers out there on Channel 12 and the millions and millions watching live via the World Wide Web.
It's going to be the first foul for Rashad Swanson on the evening. Also first team foul for Waynesville. Riley hits a free throw, puts the Zizzers up 3. Waynesville brings the ball across half court. Juwan Morgan comes out top, hands it off. Joe Johnson. Reggie Walker now looks to the inside. Reggie going to take a little pull-up jumper.
Reggie's going to be good from about 16.
Nip-tuck game here in the early going. Just under 4 minutes to play here in the first quarter. West Plains, Riley up and off the glass. 2 more for Riley.
Nice little move by Riley on the inside lane.
Well, gets the defender up and off of his feet and then just goes underneath him. West Plains, 3-point lead. 3 ball from the corner won't go for Joe Johnson.
We've got an injured player out on the court, Matt. Officials are going to blow the whistle and stop action.
I believe that's going to be number 33, Chase Riley, and it is. I think he got in front of Juwan right there as Juwan's spun to come down the lane. Nothing intentional, but catches an elbow from Juwan as Juwan spins to come down the lane. Catches him pretty square in the face right there, and Riley went down immediately.
Riley, it looks like it might have got him maybe in the eye area just a little bit here. Get him over to the side, get him taken care of.
Definitely nothing intentional on the play, but a big man like Juwan Morgan, you catch him turning and some movement coming from him, I'd go down too. So it'll be Tigers possession. Play was stopped due to the injury on Riley. Tigers moving the ball around. Reggie Walker feeds off to Cedric. Cedric swings it over here. Rashad. Rashad tries to go underneath to Juwan Morgan. That ball's tipped out of there. West Plains comes out with it, and quickly down to the other end come the West Plains Zizzers. Zach Flippin switching the play up here for the West Plains Zizzers.
We're going to get a push off by West Plains. I think they wanted to push off on Juwan. They were trying to set up a picket fence screen at the free throw line. A little too much action with their hands there, Matt.
They're going to get Zach Atkinson with that one. Trying to set that little pickup underneath. They get called for the foul. That's going to be first team foul for West Plains. Just over 2:20 to play here in the first.
Swanson for another three.
That one won't go. Rebounded by Atkinson on the far side. Right down the lane he comes. Number 12, Christian Robbins, rather.
Try the alley-oop to Juwan Morgan. Don't get the ball quite high enough.
No, not enough height there. Juwan goes up and the ball was low.
Pass is a little bit too hard inside. They're a little too close, and the pass was a little too hard.
Swings at Cedric Williams from just inside. Cedric Williams picks it up. Waynesville comes out, picks up a little trap defense. Drive inside, Atkinson puts it up, no good. Rebounded, Rashad Swanson. And back the Tigers come with a minute to play in the first. Gives off to Reggie Walker. Reggie looks, gives to Juwan up top. Juwan turns, faces, looks inside, hands back to Reggie. Ball goes to the far side. Joe Johnson's going to drive, comes underneath, gives off Cedric. Rashad up and off the glass, no good. Rebound
too hard.
West Plains comes out. Long three will go. Justin Davis once more.
Davis with 9 of West Plains' 18 points here in the first quarter.
Davis definitely likes to come out and get set, catch that ball in the flow of the shot. Tigers are going to have to step out a little bit more.
Under 10, the Tigers are going to that last shot. It's down to 2 seconds right now. Juwan's going to have to take it. It's a three off the front. The Tigers are going to be down 18-12 here at the end of the first quarter. Matt, we're going to send this down to a first on Channel 12 action. We have some floor correspondence that we're going to
Okay.
We're going to send it down to
And we're definitely going to have to contain Justin Davis. He has 3 threes already for the night. The Zizzers leading scorer, so we're going to have to do a better job of containing him. RP, how do you feel about the stats on this game?
I feel like Rashad Swanson has made 2 big threes in this first quarter to keep Waynesville close, and they need to step it up in the second quarter. I also think we would know, if we know what we're talking about, we would also need to close that.
That would probably be helpful for all those watching us tonight. As the second quarter winds around, we're going to look for a Waynesville lead. Back to you, Coach.
All right, back from the table down our floor correspondents down there, Sean Lackey, Jacob Saylor, and Ryan Pendleton. Matt, want to comment on what they said?
Well, just going through a little bit there, what they expect, what they saw there in the first quarter. Our ESPN side court
floor correspondents, Matt. Once again, Tim Wallace.
I've heard of war correspondence.
Top of the line. We
did
never
not know
what's
about
next.
floor correspondence. Interesting.
Tigers going to be inbounding the ball. We're joined up here in the booth tonight by resident Channel 12 wrestling expert Mark Wilson.
Well,
he joined us tonight, come down to celebrate Rick's 33-year career with us.
Well, and he's got to sign and personalize that life-size autograph cutout that we mentioned the other night.
That's right. We're going to be with you with a trivia question. Some point during the game, you're going to want to stay tuned.
All right, Waynesville comes out, picks up a little front court trap there.
We're going to get a timeout at West Plains Zizzers. It's going to be a 30-second timeout. Guys, we've had a lot of things going on down here. The Tigers playing West Plains. We're honoring Rick Vernon. If you've got anything you want to comment on the 33-year coaching career of Rick Vernon, you're going to want to tweet it into us using hashtag TigerTV12. You see that up in the corner of your screen. We're going to talk about the game. If you want to talk about Coach Vernon's career, if you've got a question for Tim Wallace, if you've got a question for resident wrestling expert Mark Wilson, tweet us in. We're going to get an answer for you live via the Twitter here tonight. West Plains is going to inbound the ball on the sideline here. 7:18 left here in quarter number 1. Tigers trail by 6. That front court trap caused them a little problems, enough for a timeout. That long three is going to be off the backside of the rim and rebounded by Juwan Morgan. Morgan's going to bring it down and run the post. John Moore inside, just a little bit short on the hook. The Zizzers are going to bring it back down on offense. It's another long three for West Plains. That one's going to be good.
Zach Flippin.
Zach Flippin with that three. Got to get that writing on them programs a little bit bigger. Ball tipped away from Morgan.
Tipped away inside. Comes down court to Flippin. Gives off, no good on the shot, and Juwan Morgan gets his hands back on it. Chris Riley had a little follow-up shot there on the pass from Flippin.
Oh! They're calling offensive foul on Juwan Morgan.
I'm going to say Juwan dipped that shoulder, got low. Checking into the game, we're going to have Rashad Swanson coming back into the game.
Going to check in. Reggie Walker's going to get a breather. Tigers are going to pick up with a little full court pressure here.
Flippin brings it across for West Plains. Atkinson almost throws it out of bounds right there. They're going to go inside to Riley. He's going to pull it back out. I'm sorry, Davis.
They're going to
Riley a little short off on that little shot right there. Kind of short arms it off the glass. Comes quickly down.
Morgan misses the dunk, gets undercut, and there's no call. They're going to get a foul on Austin Bogle. Juwan Morgan not given a chance to come down once he's in the air, and there's no call on that. Coach Pill's none too happy with the non-call underneath.
Well, no, and that's the kind of non-call that could end up getting a player hurt.
And that's exactly right.
And I think that's what Coach Pills is upset about. Not about the non-call of a foul in general, but the fact that you've got a player safety issue.
There's a clear out. They're going to call a travel. Could have very easily been an offensive foul there.
Definitely getting a little chippy underneath right now between these two teams. So with 5:30 right now, West Plains leads 21-12. Tigers swing the ball. Joe Johnson's going to drive, put the little floater up from the side.
Nice job on the baseline. Right there, that's the concern for Joe's three. They dive at him. He takes it baseline, goes and puts it in for two.
Juwan Morgan with the block. Back underneath. West Plains gets their hands on it. Up and off the glass. That's going to be Zach Atkinson. Pushes the Zizzer lead back to 9. Austin Bogle finds Juwan Morgan up top. Turns faces inside. Give back to Bogle. Bogle goes underneath. Juwan, turnaround, won't go. Rebounded. Justin Davis, and quickly the Zizzers come back down on the offensive end. Quick pass underneath to Davis. Davis no good from the side. Rebound goes to Flippin. Flippin brings it back outside. We're going to get a foul underneath.
We're going to get a foul on West Plains blocking out underneath. Refs are going to have to blow a couple whistles underneath, Matt. It's getting awful physical underneath for there only to have been 6 total fouls called here at the halfway point of the second quarter.
Going to get number 41, Gerard Dietrich, with that foul. Joe swings it in the corner. Bogle quickly up with the 3, not there. Long shot, ball's loose, and West Plains comes out with the rebound.
They're going to get a hold there on Rashad Swanson. Nature of the game, Matt. Right now, all that concentration has been out front looking at the chippy stuff, and now all of a sudden we let everything underneath go.
Rebound comes to Juwan. Juwan slows it down just a tad.
Got a 30-second
timeout
by
here.
Coach Pills. He's wanting to settle things down. Lots of people coming back to say hi to Coach Vernon tonight. We got NFL player L.J. Ford in the house tonight.
L.J. Ford joining us up here tonight.
L.J. Ford, part of the 2007 state championship team for Rick Vernon. He's standing over to the side there talking to Coach Carl Wilking and former offensive coordinator Brian Vernon. And Matt, I don't have a mini helmet with me.
Well, L.J. Fort, big Chicago Bears fan when he was in high school. And
probably not so much now.
No, Coach Murray used to love talking Chicago Bears with him, and now I think it's kind of one of those situations where you're just a fan of whatever team L.J.'s with.
Which I believe right now is the Cincinnati Bengals.
Cincinnati. All right, we're back to action here. Just over 3.5 left to play in the first half. Joe Johnson tries to look inside for Juwan Morgan. That ball's going to be knocked away out of bounds off the hands of the West Plains Zizzers. So
Joe tries to lob that ball up. They're looking for that lob to go inside to him right now.
Tigers working the ball around. Cedric Williams.
Dwayne Morton in the game for the Tigers.
Give inside to Juwan.
West Plains comes up with the ball, but they're out of bounds when they do, and the Tigers will keep possession.
Gerard Dietrich, number 41 right there, the man underneath who gets his hands on it, but standing out of bounds as he does. Inbound comes to Reggie Walker. Reggie working the ball around, feeds up top, Joe Johnson. Joe Johnson, long 3. Doesn't go. Rebounded on the inside by number 12, Christian Robbins, and West Plains quickly back at the other end. Justin Davis doesn't go this time. Cedric Williams fights for that ball, gets the rebound underneath.
Joe from the corner. There's 3.
West Plains working the ball around, and we're going to have a
get a
timeout by
West Plains right now. West Plains with 30-second timeout can't be real happy with what's happened here. The Tigers have kind of picked that intensity up on both ends of the court.
Well, West Plains jumped out, pushed the lead to 9 right there. Lead still stands at 6, but Waynesville moving quickly back up and down the floor right now. I think West Plains wants to stop and talk this over.
Well, West Plains, they came in with a solid plan. They got to get a hand in the guard's face. They're also trying to be physical with Juwan. This is one of those situations. More the Tigers work that ball around quickly, you're going to get that open shot because they can only guard so many people. They're out there 3 West Plains Zizzers talking to the official out front. They're asking for something.
So with just under 2:15 left to play here in the first half, West Plains inbounds. Tigers picking up very aggressive out here in the front court on defense. Ball's loose on the floor, but corralled back. Dietrich right there.
And we're going to get a foul. Juwan Morgan goes straight up for the rebound. Gets ran into it. He's going to get the foul called right there. Christian Robbins
going to be called with that. His first 4th team foul. But gotta give the opposing player room to come down right there. Joe Johnson just inside the 3-point line, so that'll be a 2. Cuts the West Plains lead to 4, and the Waynesville Tigers pick up in a little full court pressure here. Swings it to the corner for Davis. No good on the 3 this time.
Missed his last 2, Matt. Joe Johnson from 3. He don't miss.
He doesn't miss.
That's the Tigers. Trim that lead to 1.
Well, that's 7 unanswered right there from the Waynesville team. Very quickly, I might add. Tigers, oh, they're going to say that's off the hands of the Tigers right there. What's the old expression? Press a team that presses you.
I don't know, Matt. I think you're making one up on me.
Well, right now, West Plains came out and put a little pressure on the Tigers earlier. Got a little lead. Right now, the Tigers are pushing it back at West Plains, and West Plains doesn't seem to be handling it real well.
Dwayne Morton with the rebound. The Tigers bring it up with a chance to take the lead here before half. 38 seconds left. The Tigers are going to play for 1 here. One thing I'll say, it's not been, the Tigers haven't necessarily been at the top of the game here this first half. West Plains is playing real well. To be down 1 right now, Matt, Tigers are in pretty good position.
I definitely think Coach Pills would take that, given the style and how this has looked at times here in the first half.
Dwayne Morton for 3. It's going to be just off Cedric. Gets the rebound. The Tigers are going to go in at half, down 1, but could be in a lot worse shape going into the second half. We're going to give everybody at home a chance to catch a breather. JROTC, we saw them perform on Monday night, They're going to be right back out on the floor. Folks, if you didn't see it Monday night, you're going to want to stay tuned to watch this half. And me and Matt will be back with you in about 10 minutes.
Within 22-23, still being led by the Waynesville Zizzers. RP, what's the statistics for the second quarter?
Statistics are Rashad Swanson has 6 points, Joe Johnson has 9 points, Juwan Morgan has 4, Cedric Williams has 2, and Reggie Walker has 2.
Here's the winning ticket number. From Security Bank, 214363 and 214289. The shootout winner 358. The basket 363 and 289. Please report to the south end of the gym down by the cheerleaders.
Well, we got 4 minutes. We can fill 4 minutes, can't we? Folks, want to welcome everybody back to Waynesville High School here at halftime. You're watching the shootout down here, the Security Bank shootout. But better than that, we have up here with us tonight former Waynesville Tiger head football coach, Rick Vernon. Rick, I want to say congratulations on everything. I want to thank you for 33 years, really for 20 for me. I've enjoyed every minute of the 20 for me that I've been here in Waynesville. And I just want to say I think you have done one heck of a job in your time here at Waynesville.
Well, to say you've done a great job, you have to have some great players. You got to have some great role players. You got to have some great parents. You got to have a great community in order for those things to happen. And here at Waynesville, Santa Robert, Fort Leonard Wood, I think all those things can be said. We've got a great community, great school district, and we've just had some great kids come through the program and done a great job. And because of that, then good things happen.
Yeah, and we do, and you know, part of that is nurtured by the way those people are treated and everything else. And I think you've been done a tremendous job these 33 years showing coaches as they get to Waynesville, you know, give them somebody they can kind of model after to kind of see this is how you do your job. You know, as a young coach coming in, I had 2 years experience before I got here, and just to sit back and watch how coaches handled all kinds of situations, whether it be on the football field at practice or just day-to-day at the high school. I think you've been a great model, not just for the students, but for a lot of young coaches coming into the district too.
I think when you go into coaching, you have to go in and you're doing it for the kids and doing what you can for them. We have a lot of different variety of kids in our school district, come from all over the world, and you've got to treat them all the same. And then also, you've got to show them that you care for them. And I think all our coaches here in Waynesville High School, middle school, they have that same philosophy. So because of that, that's the reason we have a great program, 7 through 12.
It's I tell you, just over the years watching how things have grown in every program and the way things go, I'm going to tell my favorite Rick Vernon story. I don't know that I've ever told you this story. My first year in the district, I was assistant girls basketball coach with Larry Hines. And Larry told me, he goes, we need to go down and watch a volleyball game because these are a bunch of the girls that we have. I said, all right. So we load up, we go down to the old high school, we're watching a volleyball game. I look down at the end, you walk in and sit down to watch a volleyball game. And I looked at Larry, and I said, all right, Larry, I got to know, what's the connection here? Rick got somebody out on the court, is somebody Ken, or what's going on? He said, no, he's here to support the kids. And I was like, we're in the middle of football season, Larry. He's playing whoever on tomorrow night, trying to get ready for a game. And he goes, no, he's here for the kids. And I had to sit back and really take that in. And here you are a night before a game, and it was just down to support the kids. Support the volleyball coach at that time, support what was going on at Waynesville. And I thought, you know, there's a lot to that. You know, it's one thing to come support something when you're out of season, but you're right in the middle of it. I still took the time to come down and support the kids. And I've remembered that since almost day one of being in the district.
It's just something that I think you all three of you guys can say it too. If you got that coaching in your blood, it doesn't matter if you're watching soccer, it doesn't matter if you're watching basketball, wrestling, whatever the sport it may be, you just want to go out and watch and have a good time and watch those kids compete at the high school level.
And it does. Rick, once again, thanks for coming up, giving us a few minutes here before we get back to second half action. Here's my question, Rick. What's next? What's going to be the hobby? What are we going to pick up here?
I've got some time to think about that, so we'll just sit down and enjoy it for a while and then decide what we need to do after school's over.
I know part of it next fall is going to be traveling to a lot of football games. So
yeah, probably will be.
All right,
yeah.
Thanks a lot,
Thanks
Rick.
a lot, guys.
Thank you, Coach.
Yes. All right, we're back to basketball action here at Waynesville High School. The West Plains Zizzers are going to start off with the ball. Tigers come out kind of a little matchup zone here. Pick it up, putting a little bit more pressure on the Zizzers than we saw early.
Pass comes across. Zach Atkinson again with the bucket there. Pushes the West Plains lead up to 3. Tigers working it around on the offensive end. Cedric Williams looks inside, not there. Goes out. Joe Johnson puts the little runner up from the baseline. That'll go in. Cuts the West Plains lead back to 1.
And we're joined up here in the box by girls track coach Gary Schultz. He's joined us up here. Matt, dignitaries all over the place tonight here at Waynesville.
Well, Coach Vernon was up here. Now Coach Schultz. I'm just wondering who's next.
You never know who's next up here in the box on a Pack the House night here at Waynesville.
Well, Pack the House in retirement for Coach Vernon. We got dignitaries, state representatives.
All right, folks, you're going to get off the road. Coach Schultz is headed up toward the lake.
Flipping, working it around the offensive end for West Plains. Drives the lane. He's going to
We're going to get
put
a travel.
the shot up, but he's going to take one too many steps, so that'll turn the ball over. 6:45 to go here in the third quarter. Waynesville trailing by 1.
Tigers looking to take their first lead since very early in this ball game.
John Morgan looks inside, swings the ball out. Rashad Swanson now up top directing traffic. Cedric Williams on the wing, gives back to Swanson. Comes over. Joe Johnson clearing a little space. Now Reggie Walker gives to Rashad. Comes under. Reggie a little too far under that time. Kicks it back out. Joe Johnson, long three, won't go, but rebounded by Juwan.
He's going to get fouled, go to the line.
That'll send Juwan to the line to shoot 2. That's going to be on number 33, Chase Riley. It's going to be his first team foul for the Zizzers here in the second half.
Juwan a little long on that first free throw. You saw in the background there, you saw Coach Pills talking to Joe about that 3, maybe wanting to scoot him in a little bit closer than that 28-foot line. And we're all tied up with 5:57 to go here in the third. We got a brand new ball game.
Brand new game here with just under 6 to play in the third quarter. Waynesville picks back up in that pressure that gave West Plains some trouble there towards the end of the first half.
The last thing Coach Vernon says as he walks away, Tigers need to get some points. Even doing a little basketball coaching here at halftime.
Well, something tells me Coach Vernon, you and I have talked about it. You mentioned it with him, supporting the other sports. I don't know that there's anybody that's watched more Waynesville sports than Coach Vernon.
No, I'd say he'd hold the record.
Reggie Walker on the far side, swings back to Joe, gives off to Rashad Swanson. Swanson back to Reggie. Reggie, nice little pull up on the inside for 2.
The Tigers take their lead.
Tigers back on top. First Tiger lead since early in the game, and Tigers back into that full court pressure. Forcing West Plains to go right now to speed. They don't want to go.
Oh, we're going to get a foul. Rashad Swanson, he was reaching in, got a little bit too much of the arm.
Well, that's a tough call right there on Rashad from a referee that was behind the play.
West Plains is going to inbound. Have to throw over the top of Juwan Morgan.
Flipping comes underneath to Davis, swings it back out. Flipping directing traffic for West Plains. Thinks about the long 3, not there. Waynesville picks up in the pressure. A little off-balance floater from inside, doesn't go. Rebounded to West Plains. Flipping from the corner for 3, and it's good. West Plains back on top by 1. Back and forth we go here.
Cedric Williams from just above the free throw line. Rebound Morgan. He's going to pull it down, put it back up, give the Tigers another 1-point lead.
I'm a little late on the ticker here, Mike, but want to give a shout out to Shannon Brewer, sending her love to Coach and Mrs. Vernon here tonight, thanking them for everything they've done in their time here in Waynesville.
West Plains.
Chase Riley right there, number 22, gets that bucket up and in.
And that's right, folks. If you want to send us a message via the Twitter for Coach Vernon, use that hashtag TigerTV12. Send it in. Matt Johnson working the phones tonight.
Well, and from my vantage point over here, I didn't have my phone. I'm a little late on that shout out to Shannon Brewer, but I'm going to pull my
Morgan
phone.
takes it to the rim. He's going to get fouled. Go to the line for 2.
Pull my phone over here where we can see it a little more better when it lights up. That's going to be the second one for Riley. I'm sorry, that's Zach Atkinson, his second foul, second team foul for West Plains here in the second half.
Juwan up and good with the first. And makes the second.
Second one goes as well, so Waynesville seesaws it back to a 1-point lead. West Plains swings it quickly. Flippin pulls it back out for West Plains.
We're going to get a foul on.
Think they're going to get Joe Johnson
I think
on
they
that.
are. Joe's not real sure what he did.
Well, it was away from the play. It looked like they were just fighting for position underneath, but we had the foul called. That's going to be the first foul on Joe, but Waynesville intercepts the inbounds pass there.
Juwan looked like he may have got a finger on that. Morgan underneath it. There's no stopping that right there.
No, Juwan does a nice job of backing the defender down.
And when he
turns
gets the
around
ball
and
that deep,
extend.
Matt, West Plains doesn't have an answer for that.
So now Waynesville pushes it to a 3-point lead. Flippin, backing the ball out for West Plains. Swings it to Atkinson, feeds into the corner.
That's going to go the other direction, or that's going to go back to Waynesville.
They're going to say that ball was off of number 33, Chase Riley. Checking in for Waynesville, number 24, Austin Bogle right now. As Cedric Williams will go get some well-deserved water.
Tigers going with the small lineup here. We got 4 guards in, and we get Juwan.
Joe Johnson swings it over on the far side to Bogle. Bogle back to Walker in the middle. Right now, West Plains doubling Juwan underneath.
Dwayne Morton for 3, nothing but the bottom of the net.
Three's good. Morton with that 3 pushes the Waynesville Tiger lead to 6. Flippin brings it across half court for West Plains. And the student section is coming alive again. 3
West
ball will
Plains
go
comes
that
back
time
and
for Zach
answers.
Atkinson. Gerard Dietrich going to get called for his 3rd personal right there, 3rd team foul.
Whoa, we're going to get another foul on West Plains. That was going to be on number 3.
It's going to be on Flippin, I do believe. It is going to be on Flippin. It'll be his first. So Austin Bogle will inbound for the Tigers. Joe Johnson pulls it out. Looks like Waynesville's just going to play for 1 shot here to end the quarter. Leading by 3, just about 45 seconds left to go here in the 3rd.
West Plains satisfied with letting Joe dribble it out there by himself. Now they're going to come in for a little pressure.
Morton drives, put up the jumper. No,
It's
yes,
good.
it
He
is
gets
good.
the bounce.
Three ball does
Gonna
not
be
go
off.
for Davis.
The Tigers going to go into the third quarter with a 38-33 lead over the West Plains Zizzers. All right, folks, as we're here between quarters, between the third and fourth quarter, it's time for a Channel 12 Sports Update. This Channel 12 Sports Update brought to you by the Channel 12 Facebook page, Channel 12 Facebook, and TigerTV. You're going to want to like the Channel 12 Facebook page. Matt, you know who likes the Channel 12 Facebook
I know
page?
the answer tonight. Head
It's a-
coach
Rick
Vernon
Vernon likes the Channel 12 Facebook
I
page.
got one right.
You got one right, finally, Matt. That's right, head coach Rick Vernon likes the Channel 12 Facebook page. Our sports update, if we want to send out some good luck to the Waynesville Tiger Wrestlers as they are in district action this weekend in Jefferson City. We want to wish head coach Lucas Smith good luck. They will be wrestling all day long at Jefferson City High School tomorrow. So, folks, if you're looking for something to do to support the Tigers, you might want to drive up to the capital city, Jefferson City, and support the Tiger Wrestlers. If we get back to fourth quarter action,
Waynesville's
Tigers
going to
have the
get the
ball.
ball there, leading by 5, 8 minutes to play in this one. Tigers keep that smaller package on the floor with the 4 guards. Juwan Morgan backs it out. He's going to put up the 3. No good off the back of the rim.
he's
Gets
going to
his
get the
own
rebound
rebound.
all the way to the rim. Juwan Morgan with another basket. The Tigers extend that lead to 7. Yep. Going to get a foul there, I believe, on Reggie Walker.
His first
Reggie
foul.
not real happy with that call, Matt, but something that I know these guys were taught in 7th grade. When you go in and come down on the ball, whether you hit them or not, it looks like a foul.
Long pass right there to inbound for West Plains. Flippin puts up the long 3, and it's good. Cuts the Waynesville lead to 4. Cross-court pass right there. Joe Johnson goes inside to
Juwan Morgan! And the dunk-o-meter comes alive. Juwan Morgan slams that one home, and the Waynesville student body is back in this ball game.
Little turnaround. That's Gerard Dietrich.
Nice turnaround to go over the top of Juwan Morgan there. Juwan's going to get fouled.
Not sure who they're going to call on that one. There were 3
I
Zizzers.
guess on flipping is my guess.
Yeah, you're correct. They do.
Dwayne Morton for 3, and he hits nothing but the bottom of the net.
Atkinson, no good. Waynesville defender may have gotten a hand on that one.
Rebound by Bogle, and he goes coast to
Coast
coast
to
for
coast.
2. We're going to get a timeout by West Plains as the Tigers extend the lead to 9 points here, 47-38. As this place has come alive, Matt.
Absolutely. Student section up on their feet. Think the dunk woke a few people up. They haven't sat down since.
Well, that's what a dunk has a tendency to do.
Before we get too far along here, thank our Channel 12 staff tonight under the direction of Mr. Tim Wallace. Always doing all the work, the students for you. Tonight our student broadcast crew is Justin Gomez, Alex McAkern, Tatum Brown, Caitlin Brothers, Bradley Poole, Jacob Scott, and Destiny Figueroa doing all the camera work and board work tonight. Doing all the hard stuff so that we can sit up here and talk basketball.
And folks, I don't know if you can hear the band in the background, but there's a fact for you, Matt. Eye of the Tiger, Coach Rick Vernon's favorite song. I bet if you called him on his cell phone, that's what would play.
All right, we're back into action here. 5:40 left to play in the game. Waynesville's pushed the lead up to 9.
We're going to get a foul as Reggie Walker pulls down that rebound. Reggie's going to be fouled on that.
Gerard Dietrich, that's his 4th. So Waynesville with the ball in a 9-point lead. Austin Bogle on the far side, looking inside, passes back up top. Joe Johnson now putting up the
Alley-oop ball to Juwan Morgan.
Rocks the dunk-o-meter.
And we're getting clips of that to send to ESPN for the top 10. Tim Wallace over there splicing video as we talk.
What a monster alley-oop dunk right there.
West Plains answers with a layup.
Wow. Oh.
Tigers trying for that again. They had Juwan kind of sealed down on that backside block. Was not able to get up to the ball.
Waynesville still leading by 9, 4:15 to play in the game. Flipping with the 3 from the corner, no good. Rebound
by Bogle. He's going to be fouled.
That's going to be number 12. That's Christian Robbins going to be flagged with that one.
And Austin Bogle will go to the free throw line to shoot a 1-and-1. First one just a little long.
Little long on that free throw. Rebound comes out, and West Plains keeps control. West Plains working around the top. Davis puts up the 3. Saw Justin Davis hit a couple threes to start the game. Hits one right there. Cuts the Waynesville lead to 6.
West Plains extending that defense out all the way in half court. They're going to get Bogle inside. He's going to get blocked. Missed rebound, Morgan. And another dunk for Juwan Morgan. We're going to get a timeout by Coach Pills as the dunk-o-meter has hit 3 here in Waynesville. I think Juwan Morgan has made the statement that he wants to win this basketball game, Matt.
I think you're right. Juwan earlier went for a dunk in the first half. Didn't seem to be flying at it 100 miles an hour, maybe not trying to cram it home quite as hard. The last three, there has been no doubt that either that ball was going through with a West Plains defender attached to it or without.
That's exactly right. There's nothing like the alley-oop dunk to keep the student section, which is overflowing tonight here at Waynesville, involved in this game.
Absolutely. Pack the house night. They've all got their white T-shirts on over there. West Plains inbounds, flipping to bring it across. Three ball goes up, no good. Davis puts that one up.
As the crowd goes into a unified chant of air ball.
Davis looked like he was expecting a foul called there, nothing called.
Swanson back into the game for the Tigers. Dwayne Morton up with the shot. He banks it home. Matt, we may be seeing Dwayne Morton's coming out party tonight.
Absolutely.
Playing his best game I've seen him play as a varsity Tiger.
Absolutely. Hadn't seen him a whole lot this year, but coming off the bench tonight, he has stepped in and played well. Flipping drives.
Oh.
He's going to put the... Wow.
And as I jinxed Dwayne.
Well, and it looked like Flippin was leading with his elbow right there. I wasn't sure how they were going to call it.
Actually, I'm not sure either way should have been called, but it was, and we go with it.
Flippin no good on the free throw to follow. Juwan Morgan jumps up, rips down the backboard on the rebound. And Waynesville leads by 8. 2:20 to play here in the game. Rashad Swanson at the other end finds Cedric Williams up top.
Lobs it into Juwan. They're slapping and hacking. Juwan just gives it over to Rashad, and he puts it in for 2. Juwan Morgan getting triple teamed and able to find the open man.
Long ball won't go. That's going to be out of bounds off the top there.
The Tigers with a 55-45 lead with 1:46 left. And we're going to get a timeout from West Plains. Tigers will be back in action Tuesday night, their final home game. They're going to take it on the Parkview Vikings. And folks, that game will not be on Channel 12. If you're going to want to support the Tigers, you're going to have to come on down here to Tiger Court and do that. I know at halftime of that game, the 7th and 8th grade Tigers are going to be recognized for their seasons. You want to come out and support the Tigers on Tuesday, and then in the game that everyone's kind of got an eye on, Matt. A week from tonight, the Tigers travel to Springfield to take on Kickapoo. And Tuesday night, folks, if you turn Channel 12 on expecting the game, you're going to get some exciting action from the Waynesville School Board instead of Tiger basketball action. So if you're going to be sitting at home, you're not going to make it down support.
Well, with the school board getting ready to head into districts against the other school boards in our district,
if they could come and compete, could make
live
some
action between the school boards.
School board action there.
Something tells me Mr. Newcomb might still be able to compete in there. West Plains picks up in pressure.
Oh, they're going to get a travel.
Reggie Walker checking into the game for Waynesville.
We will be back on the air a week from Monday night for girls basketball action.
Final Channel 12 broadcast of the basketball season.
and the final Channel 12 broadcast for the year. That layup's going to be a little long. Juwan Morgan's going to pull down that rebound.
Juwan pulls it out. 1:10 to play. Waynesville holding a 10-point lead.
Dwayne with the three. It's going to be off the front of the rim. They're going to get a foul from Cedric Williams. It's going to be on the floor. West Plains will take the ball out of bounds. 52 seconds left. Tigers up by 10.
It's going to be the first foul, 5th team foul, so the Tigers with 2 to give if they need it. 52.6 seconds on the clock. Flippin steps inside, a little 15-footer won't go. Rebounded underneath by Atkinson, and we're going to have a foul called on the floor. Think they're going to get Joe Johnson on that one.
Zizzers not yet into 1-1.
And John Moore going to be checking into the game for the Waynesville Tigers.
Coming in trying to shut down the middle a little bit. Tigers now have their big lineup out on the court.
Inbounds jumper goes. Atkinson picks up the easy 2 right there. Tigers going to play a little keep away here and try and run the clock out.
And we're going to get a foul. We'll send Reggie Walker to the line. West Plains lets about 18 seconds run off the clock.
Going to get Christian Robbins right there. Reggie will go to the line to shoot the 1-and-1. Credit the West Plains team here. Came out, played really solid basketball for about 2.5 quarters. Kept it close throughout. But the Tigers come out and make some adjustments after halftime. West Plains just not able to keep up and go that
now,
next
one thing
level.
you've got to look at, West Plains shoot the ball from the outside very well. And the three-point shooting, put them in a position for a good part of this game. Tigers, once again, as you said, eventually take control.
Little jumper on the
Morgan
inside.
with the rebound. The Tigers are going to bring it down. They're going to bring home a 57-47 victory tonight. Move their conference record to 6-0, 19-4 overall, as the Tigers beat the West Plains Zizzers 57-47. We want to thank everybody for joining us tonight. And for Matt Johnson, this is Mike Rawlings, and we hope everyone out there has a good 3-day weekend.